Hi, I'm Mark Engelberg. I'm a teacher in Everett, Washington, and I teach classes in math, logic, and computer science. Today I'd like to invite you to join our very first ThinkFun University course. It's called How to Make Your Own Chocolate Fix Puzzle. Now, I've been using Chocolate Fix for several years in my own classes to teach young kids how to do logical deduction, and I've had a lot of great success with it. But I realized recently that I could accomplish even more if I showed the kids how to make their own challenges and show them how I look at puzzles as a puzzle designer. Now, in developing this course, there were two main things I wanted to focus on. First, I've discovered that nearly all kids really struggle with taking a problem and making sure they've explored every case methodically. Another thing I've noticed is that most kids haven't had much of an opportunity to practice explaining their reasoning. So that's really what this course is all about. On the surface level, we're getting kids involved by giving them the opportunity to make their own puzzles. But at the deeper level, what we're really working on is how to reason systematically and how to explain that reasoning. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about Chocolate Fix, let me just show you briefly. This is Chocolate Fix. It's a visual logic puzzle deduction system. There's 9 chocolate candies. You can see they come in 3 colors and 3 shapes. And there's a chocolate box. In every puzzle, there's some arrangement you're trying to discover of how these pieces go in the box. And you're given a series of visual clues. Now, I'm not going to go into the system in any more detail than that right now. I'll go over it more in depth in the first class. If you're interested in learning more about the clue system ahead of time, there's plenty of information on the ThinkFun website about that. So, the way the course is going to be structured is that each week I will send out a short video, probably about 10 minutes in length, explaining the new concept for the week. The students will have an opportunity to watch that video, and then the remainder of the class time will be spent exploring the new concepts hands-on. I will give you lots of tips about how to run the class and how to, support the kids, going around checking their solutions, working with them on their reasoning to help build those skills. And we'll collaborate on a forum. You'll get a chance to communicate with the other teachers and with me, and we'll be able to share success stories and brainstorm ways of making the class even stronger. Now, the first week, like I already mentioned, I'll go over the basic rules about how Chocolate Fix puzzles work. The second week, we'll discuss the strategies for solving the puzzles a little more concretely, and we start changing the emphasis. At this point, it's no longer enough to just show your answer. You also have to explain how you found the answer. Then the third week, we can begin down that path of here's how you make your own Chocolate Fix puzzle. Now, the first thing you have to do before you can make your own puzzle is you have to understand how to identify faulty puzzles. So we start off looking at puzzles that have more than one solution. Now, this really stretches the kids' ability to make sure they've exhausted every single case, because that's the only way you can find all the possible solutions. Then we look at puzzles that have no solution at all. And this really tests their ability to explain their reasoning, because they're expected to come up with some kind of explanation as to why they think these puzzles are impossible. Once we've covered those fundamentals, I can get into the tricks of the trade of how I go about designing puzzles. And one of the most powerful concepts that I get to teach in this course is how to use tree structures to methodically explore every possible case. Now, of course, the key is to make all of this fun. So what we're really building to is on the final day, there's a big celebratory party where all the kids get to make their own puzzles and share them with their friends and their family, and hopefully even other classes who are also taking this ThinkFun University course at the same time. I'm really excited about this class. I had the opportunity to test out this material last semester in my own class here in Everett, and I was really excited by the results. So this is the first time we've had the opportunity to offer this online and get other teachers involved, so it's a bit of an experiment, but it's one I'm really excited about, and I think it's going to be very successful, and I would love to have you join us. Thank you.